feel that I'm not the only immigrant in this room. I'm from Nicaragua, the second poorest country in the hemisphere. I grew up in the middle of the war, so I know what it looks like, what it feels like to grow up in a system that is highly patriarchal, fundamentalist, and poor, and really struggle with all kinds of adversities and discrimination and social justice issues. So I identify with all that you were saying. And when I received the question, it's like, what are the most challenging bias, stereotypes, discriminatory situations that you have experienced in your life as a woman leader? And I've been a leader or troublemaker, as some people say, since I was a teenager. So when I thought about it, I thought, I felt discriminated and oppressed and stereotyped many times in my life, and put it down many times in my life. But when I thought about it honestly, I thought most of the challenge, or the most challenging times, didn't come from the men or the detractors or the politicians I pissed off so many times. Actually came from my own mind. And what I realized is that we are all women socialized in a system that is patriarchal, that is white supremacist, that is fundamentalist, and is consumerist. And we've been conditioned to believe that the system ideas and beliefs are our own and are true. And I went through life believing those ideas and actually becoming my own oppressor and putting myself down and keep it quiet. As Tamara said, being shy, trying to fit in, not standing up, not finding my voice, not being authentic. But nobody was really forcing me to do that. I was the one that tried to fit in. I was the one that was my own oppressor. So, to answer the second part of the question is, what do I do now? What I have done to overcome that kind of bias and discrimination, prejudice and self-oppression and oppression in the system in general, and what do I do for other women? What I like to think is that I spent my whole life, literally my whole life, working with, teaching, leading, coaching other women around the world on how to fight the system for their rights. And I keep doing that. I'm the current president of the largest Latin American Women's Fund, and we talk about hundreds of groups and organizations of women fighting for their rights. But I get to the point in my life when I said, that's not enough. My next step, my mission now, is to coach women that have power, not to fight the system for others' women's rights, but to actually change the damn system.